Nathan's dead, plays Minecraft. 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 Nathan's dead, plays Minecraft.
Dad, is this really your intro?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nathan's Dad Plays Minecraft. So today we are going to build our villager breeder / trading hall. Now, I'm actually going to make this pretty big, but we're going to start with a smaller version. So what I'm doing is doing 1 out, and then every other one doing 4 out. And each villager is going to have their own individual cell. So that way I'm not worried about them finding other workstations and then not being able to refresh their trades. So anyway, so what you're going to do is going to do 1 solid brick on the bottom, or solid block on the bottom, and then 3 on the next 2 rows. And you're going to do this for every single villager cells. Now, I am, of course, standing on a bottom half slab, so nothing spawns. There, however, will be a spawnable block in this setup, and so you are going to have to light it up pretty well so you don't end up with a zombie spawning or something like that. So what I do is I put a torch in each one of the cells here, and then I also put one on the outside here. And underneath the torch, you've got room for signs to label your villager trades, so like if you know where your mending books are and such. Now, at the end of the row of 4, and these are going to be top half slabs here, I'm mining a bottom half slab, but the rows that you're placing are all top half slabs. So what you're going to want to do is in the front of each of these row of 4, you're going to want to mine out and put a staircase. And that's just basically to make it easier to get up onto the deal if you want to look your villager in the eyes when you're trading with him. And then once you've got the stairs all in place, you're going to put a solid block on the number 3, and then on the number 4 you're going to put a half slab here. Now that solid block is where you're going to put your workstation. So, you put the composter or the whatever workstation that you are going to want your villager to have, so that way it blocks him into that cell. Alright, after I built up a few cells, sheared some sheep to get some beds, now I think it's time to bring our zombie friend over. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a place to block him in that I know he can't get off of. The stone will not connect to the wood fences that I've got here, so I'll just put a wood fence on top of the stone fence, and then that'll make everything nice. He won't be able to get over there. And then just kind of build this in, and I'm going to bring him over by boat. Boat is really the easiest way to transport a villager if you don't have access to iron and minecart. It's certainly the easiest way to trap one is inside of a boat. So now the other thing that I wanted to mention is that one thing that, and this may not, I just may have been completely unlucky, but as I was getting these villagers, or as I was trying to get the second villager, I just did not have any luck when I had that villager over there near me. So I don't know if zombie villagers don't spawn when a villager is near, kind of what the deal with that is. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting composters here and over all through the water sources, and then you've got to put a half slab on top of that. In other words, they'll jump on top the composter and then trample the crops, and then that becomes spawnable space, and you got zombies spawning in there, and then that could not be fun. And so put a half slab on top of that as well, so that way that you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I just don't know if zombie villagers don't spawn when there's a regular villager nearby, or kind of what the deal with that is. But it did not work for me, and then in the last episode you'll see I lost about 6 hours worth of progress. But even in that world, when I did get a second villager, as soon as I moved the villager away from the zombie villager trap, then I got another one to spawn almost immediately. So I'm hoping the same thing will happen here. And now that I've got some beds and a place for them to go, I'm going to go ahead and move him over. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just kind of building a place where I can trap him easily to where he can't go anywhere. I don't want him accidentally wandering off the edge, especially since we worked so hard to get him. And so really just destroying all of the blocks here, but making sure that he doesn't have anywhere to go, so I can get him into this boat and get him over into the villager trading hall / breather. Of course he'd want to move after I got the trapdoor down. Alright, go on buddy, get in there. Alright, so now he is in the boat. So go ahead and break these, and we will boat him over into the breeder. Ta-da. Now one thing with a boat is that you cannot go up even a carpet, so even that 1 pixel high carpet, you cannot go up anything, but you can go down spaces. And so if you did build the zombie villager trap in a vanilla world and put it up 128 blocks, one way to get your villager down is to put some water at the bottom. Of course, building it over an ocean would be the easiest, but put some water on the side that goes down to the world, and then take that water stream down. You just got to be careful that they don't drown. So if you do hear it start taking damage, just go ahead and get out of the water stream and then land in the water on the bottom, and you should be fine. Okay, so I've got him over here. Going to close these gates, and now you've got to get him out of the boat. Do not use a sword for this part. Use an axe. A sword has that sweeping attack, so if you break the boat with a sword, you are going to hurt the zombie most likely. I'm sorry, not the zombie, the villager. You're most likely going to hurt the villager. And so I'm going to gather up a few crops so I've got something to trade with him, and then he will come over here and hopefully pick up a workstation right away. So we've collected our crops, and next thing is going to be to replant everything, which I've done. And you've noticed I've alternated the rows between potatoes and carrots. Crops grow fastest when, well, let me show you this real quick. You want to hit the furthest back possible point in the boat, so that way you do not hit the villager. And I'm going to go ahead and close him in here. And excellent, he went right to the workstation, and now he is a farmer. So, but yeah, I alternated rows because they do grow a little bit faster if you alternate rows. Okay, and he does not have the trades I want. Since I have potatoes and carrots over here, I'm wanting those trades. And so I broke the workstation, and he is still a farmer with the same trades. And so he must have seen this one, and he's still a farmer with the same trades. So he must have seen this one, and he's still a farmer with the same trades. So it must be too late in the day for him to refresh his trades. After the working hours are over, they will no longer refresh their trades. And so we'll come back after he's had a chance to get a good night's sleep and work on getting some better trades tomorrow. So it is the next day in our Minecraft world. Tried overnight to get a zombie villager and had no success. Sometimes it does take a couple of nights, but normally it's pretty quick when you move the when you don't have the villager near your trap. Okay, so now to get it to get him to refresh his trades, you've got to wait until it's working hour, and then you break the composter, and you check out what he's got, and then you replace it, and he should turn back into a farmer. And you just keep doing this until he gives you the trades you want. So now the trade we want, since we've got carrots and potatoes, we're going to want some carrots and potatoes, and he must not be able to see that workstation because it's on the other side of that half slab. There we go. Nope, that's not the one we want. And sometimes this does take a few tries, so be prepared to be patient when you do this. If you wait for the one you want, in the long run it's better than settling for one you don't, and then yeah, getting something you don't want. And so try you. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. Nope. And do it again. And so let me do it over here so I quit breaking those crops. Nope. Whoops. Nope. Close. That's 1 out of 2. Come on, buddy. Come on back. Nope. And then if you'll notice too, all of the trades are discounted, and that's because we cured him from, oh, there we go. And now, oh shoot, and I didn't have anything in my inventory. You want to make sure you've got this stuff in your inventory when you start this process, because sometimes they can lose the trades, but as soon as you trade with them, they are locked in. Now this farmer, because I've traded with him once, will be locked into those 2 trades, and so he will not have any other trades that show up. And so I'll just go ahead and get some emeralds from him, trade all these potatoes and carrots, and so that's really the only source right now I've got to get emeralds. I've got some other farms planned to get some emeralds here in a bit, but go ahead and trade everything to him while I got the opportunity. And yeah, and I do recommend having a farmer as one of your first villagers, just because he will gather the crops automatically. Now he doesn't give them to you, but he will pass them around to the other villagers. And one of the ways to get villagers to breed, one of the requirements is that they have enough food. And then the other requirement is that there be enough beds, and so gathering a little bit of wool from the sheep. And if you see in the subtitles there, I have gotten very lucky. Let's wait for it again. Did he despawn? I heard a zombie villager. Is he in there? Oh, there he is. You just saw it on the subtitles. There is a zombie villager in here. Now, when you've got a zombie villager in with a bunch of mobs like this, you do not want to use your sword, because again, that sword has that sweeping attack. And so you want to use an axe so you can target one mob at a time, because you do not want to kill your zombie villager. Now, since he is in water, I don't know if he will become a drone or not. I'm not sure exactly how that works. But so far this guy is not, but I'm working as quickly as possible to get him out of this water here. And so I'm going to place some blocks here to trap him in, and then I'll break, whoops, get a pickaxe here. Alright, I'll break you, and I'll break you, and the water stream should take him out, plus he's going to want to bite me, and so there's that, and I'll place the half slab there. Ooh, looks like I did it just in time too. Come on, get out of the way there, buddy. Well, let's bring him out one more. Oh gosh, I really hope he doesn't turn into a drowned. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure how that works. But come on, buddy. Stay a villager. And haha, he is trapped. And since there is a ceiling up above us in the super mob farm, I do not have to worry about him burning in the sunlight. And also, if you noticed, he also was carrying something as well, so I don't have to worry about him despawning. And so I am going to go get a splash potion of weakness and another golden apple from our stash over at the zombie villager trap, and going to convert him. So this worked out very, very well. And one thing too, if you notice, the farmer that we traded with had discounted trades right away. Now, the way I understand that works is if they are spawned in as a zombie villager and you cure them, they keep those trades forever. At least that's what I understand. Or they keep those discounts forever. Now, if they are born a villager, get converted into a zombie, and then you convert them back, then they only keep them for a temporary period of time. That's the way that I understand it. I might not be correct there, but that has at least been my experience. And so even after you catch a few zombies, sometimes it pays for like the stuff you're getting emeralds for, like your crops and things, to go ahead and cure a few more just in case. And so we will head over here. And again, when you are curing them, you need to make sure that no other zombies can get to them, because once they start the curing process, at some point these zombies will see them as a regular villager and they will go ahead and attack them. So I threw my splash potion of weakness, and it looks like I got myself with it too. And then I also fed him the golden apple. And again, since he is holding something, we don't really need to worry about him despawning, and so we can go about and do our normal thing and come back when he is cured in a few minutes. So just on the other side of the mob farm here, just getting some drops, and he is still a zombie villager, but it should be about the time for him to convert, so I'm hoping that'll happen here any minute now. Now the second zombie the second zombie that I convert, I like to make a cleric, which would be a brewing stand. Now if you have a brewing stand set up somewhere in the world already and you mine it, you're going to lose the fuel that it has in it. Not any like actual fuel, but like the one piece of fuel makes so many potions. You're going to lose that. Any remaining potions that you were going to be able to make from that. So I always find it best just to make a separate brewing stand there, which I guess that would cost another blaze rod. So it's kind of how many blaze rods you got, I guess. But yep, and you can see he is cured. He dropped his rotten flesh because regular zombies cannot hold anything. And so, buddy, let's take you to the village and we will have you meet your friend. Now, after you get the cleric, which the cleric will trade rotten flesh, it will also get you redstone and then get you lapis and a few other nice trades as well. You know, like, well, what in the world do you need lapis for? You don't have an enchanting table. Well, there are diamonds in the end, and I plan on having an enchanting table. So that is why I will need lapis eventually. And then you can also get things like glowstone from him and some things like that. So come on, I want to let me place this. There we go. So I got the boat placed. I'm going to mine these, and man, that is taking forever. So we'll mine it like this. And making sure I don't hit the villager, because if you hit him, you might lose those discounts. I don't know. I've never hit one that I've cured, so I don't know, but I don't want to risk it. And so, yeah, so I cleared this out a little bit, and I am boating him over to the same little unloading area we had before. And then because the farmer has been harvesting the carrots and potatoes, he's going to have an abundance in his inventory at this point. So in the morning when these two meet up, the farmer should throw him some carrots and potatoes. That should give them both the well-fed buff, and then they should make some babies. And that's what we're hoping. And that's one of the reasons I've got the field in the center here. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do it in the center, but that's a super easy way to, and there's some redstone. That is a super easy way to actually do this is to just put the food in the center, make a farmer, let him harvest the crops, and then at that point it will be self-perpetuating and the farm will just continually make villagers for as many beds as you have. There we go. And again, you want to be very careful. Ooh, I forgot to close that. When you do that axe, and hopefully he should find a bed. We can open these up. Come on, buddy. Oh, yep, there you go. And the pathfinding in 1.14.4 is much improved over prior versions of Java Minecraft, and so normally they find a bed right away now, and they pathfind it to it pretty easy. And so I am going to sleep, and then we will see how everything goes in the morning. So, and again, since I traded with him, those trades are locked in, and he is going to be a cleric now with those trades for the rest of his Minecraft life. Alright, so I did do a little bit of things off camera, organizing and some things of that nature. And let's look around and see if they've made any babies yet. Nope, don't see any. So I'll go ahead and build a few more villager cells while I am waiting. And let's see if they have everything they need, which they should. They've got beds, they've got food, and so maybe the farmer just hasn't thrown them any food yet. Maybe that's why they haven't started breeding. But sometimes it does take a minute. I think they need to sleep as well in order to breed, but I'm not 100% sure there. So yep, so I'll go ahead and work on a few more of these cells, and I'll be back when they start breeding. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little baby over there going to bed. I did not catch the animation on camera, but it appears to be working. And for as many beds as I have in this villager breeder, they will make that many babies. And so shearing sheep at this point is going to be a necessity, which is why I did use 2 of my iron on some shears, and going to put quite a few beds in here to get quite a few villagers, because there's a lot of trades we need. And then we're also going to have to sacrifice 6 of them for an iron farm. So ignore what I'm doing here with the villager breeder. That did not work. This was a failed experiment. But I did want to show you some of the output that we got. So we got this farmer here, and we've got some other unemployed villagers and some babies. And so yeah, and there's our cleric. This was definitely a success. And so I want to thank everybody for watching Nathan's Dad Plays Minecraft. We really appreciate you watching, and please like and subscribe if you like the channel so we can keep making these videos. It's really a lot of fun to do, and Nathan and I are hoping to get to 100 subscribers pretty quick, and so anything you guys can do to help, tell your friends. But yeah, appreciate your support, and we will see you next time. Thanks.